Cheezer's not gonna like this video, but it's cool. I have made videos on the broken mechanics of Xenoverse and how to fix them. And I've even made a video on the new mechanics I want to see for the combat system of Xenoverse 3. But today, we are going to be talking about something a little bit more simple. Just fixing the cheesy super attacks that are already in the game. Now, before I get into the super attacks that I want to be fixed, let's talk about other attacks that have already been balanced by the Xenoverse team and how well they were balanced. Number one on the list has to be Overslide, bro. I remember coming home from middle school, playing Xenoverse 2 when this move dropped in, bro. My health bar got deleted so fast. And remember, this was old Xenoverse. We were like level 100. We did not deal that much damage with our attacks, and we only had like, what, 2.5 bars of health average max, bro? So for you to do that much damage, that move was insane back then. That move was crazy. So when they balanced this crazy overpowered move, they took away the iframes, an amazing change. That's one of the biggest problems with Xenoverse, is just slap on iframes to moves and it just makes them broken. Stop just slapping on iframes. Number two, they did a damage nerf. That was also needed, but I feel like the damage nerf was too heavy. Now Overslide pretty much does no damage. Now it's still a useful move as a great combo extender, so it has like a really quick back hit you can go into combo on. Still great, but I do think this move could deal like, a little bit more damage. And again, that's a big thing for me. I don't want to make moves useless, I just want to make them balanced and still have utility. And another example of a move being balanced in Xenoverse 2, original Go-Go Gum. I don't even have to talk about this. You guys know the horror stories of Go-Go Gum. So how did they balance this? Well, now you can't take damage from outside sources at all. The only damage you take is the little bit that the move does to you. And I think that was a fair nerf, but the move is pretty much useless now. The time it stuns you is very short. Compared to something like Candy Beam, you're stunned for really not that long of a time, and also while you are stunned, you don't take damage from outside sources. This move is now a nothing burger and an example of over nerfing something. Also, it is impossible to hit someone after they recover from this move, so it can't even be used as a combo extender. There are multiple routes to go if you want to buff this move to make it still viable without it being broken. Number one, you can just make the move trap you for longer like Candy Beam, so you can do things like transform, buff yourself, or just any other thing you want to do. Number two, you keep the move how it is now, but when your opponent gets sent flying, make it to where you can actually combo after that. And a third way to make this move viable is to make it to where they can take damage while they're stunned, but not from super attacks or ultimates. We know how that can get so broken so fast. Let's not do that. So make it to where you only can take damage from like basic attacks. And of course, after they get untrapped, they get sent flying into iframes and they can recover freely. Now let's move on to the other moves that need to be nerfed so they can be balanced in Xenoverse 3. And first on the list is Petrifying Spit. And now, I know you know, either you played against it or you've been the one cheesing with it. This move is broken and stupid. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Okay, this is a safe space. This move is broken and stupid. We all agreed that Go-Go Gum was dumb. We can agree this move is dumb too. But when this move first came out, it wasn't even that bad. Usually they would just hit you with like a grab afterwards, and at worst you would get hit with the sledgehammer of doom and destruction. But when it really started getting bad, Soul Punisher. And then Burning Strike. And now what they're doing is a special beast cannon kick into it. Like, come on, bro. Let's be honest. People are still making rage bait cheese videos off of this move, so let's be honest. For the health of the game, for more balance and less, cheesy activities, a nerf or a rework would be amazing. Now, my first idea on how to nerf this would be to just make it blockable. And I know that sounds dumb, but Ice Field and Ice Ray, they should also not be blockable. That doesn't make any sense, but it is a video game, so it is game balance, especially for Ice Field. If this thing was not blockable, oh my, this would be broken. But personally, I don't even want that. I think a better nerf would be to just make the time you're petrified shorter. Then you wouldn't be able to land things like Soul Punisher, like Burning Strike. The only things you would be able to do is get a quick grab, a super attack like God Fist or Sledgehammer, instead of some crazy damage attack. And that would be a very simple, easy way to just make this thing balanced, so you can't cheese it with getting some crazy super attacks and ultimates on it. But somehow, if I'm being honest, you would still be able to land that super beast kick. That thing is way too fast, bro. We're talking about that next. Listen, the easy way to balance this move is that whenever you get kicked by it, you should be able to evasive out of it. When you get hit by the kick, it puts you into an animation. You can't get out of it no matter what you do. And it does way too much damage, bro. Listen, other moves like Dabra's Evil Blast, they also put you into an animation, but you can use your evasive to get out of it. And there's other grab ultimates like Vidal's. With Vidal's, it's only a grab that you can't escape at the very last punch. You can escape at the beginning of the grab. So again, to really balance this move, and yes, this move does need balance. It is so fast, it has amazing range, and because the kick is a semi-grab, it is really easy to just get one of these on a really laggy match. Kind of like God Fist and Savage Strike, where they hit you, but you kind of dodge it, or you vanish and it still hits you even though you definitely did dodge it. Stuff like that, bro. We need to make sure this move is balanced. This move goes crazy with false hit confirms. And again, this thing is way crazier than all the other ultimates that either put you into an animation or they grab you. Vidal's ultimate in Dabra's lets you use your evasive. Time Skip Molotov is a very short range punch. Darkness Rush is very slow on the startup and it doesn't even really go that far. Those two moves also really don't do that much damage. Now, Apocalyptic Burst does great damage, but again, it has really slow startup if you charge it, and it has poor range either way. Unlike Special Beast Cannon, which is really fast on startup, has really nice range, and puts you into a really long animation just to do a bunch of damage to you. Now, this is the part of the video where we're probably going to get more controversial, and the cheesers are going to get really angry about this one, but hey, I'm going to be honest, bro. Nerf Handy Cannon, and while you're at it, go ahead and nerf Dodon Ray too. And I'm sure you know what makes these moves so strong. You can immediately dash cancel out of these moves. And when it comes to balancing these moves, I don't want to just take this away. I do want to keep this mechanic as it gives it a really cool combo extender option for players. But again, I want to balance this because I'm pretty sure everyone knows how cheesy people can get with these moves, especially Handy Cannon. I'm pretty sure anyone who played the game for a while has experienced some real Handy Cannon cheese. If you're a fan of Syriax and Rhyme Style, I'm sure you've seen Rhyme Style just cheese the heck out of Syriax with that move, bro. The easiest way to make these moves balanced is to change the frame recovery after the move is blocked or missed. To the people that have played Dragon Ball FighterZ or pretty much any other actual fighting game, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about, but let me give you an example in Xenoverse. Let's use Ki Blast Cannon. Whenever I hit somebody with this, I can immediately kind of just recover after it and go to dash them and attack them. But if the Ki Blast Cannon misses and doesn't hit the opponent, I'm not able to immediately recover. Now, this also happens with other super attacks in the game, and even stamina breaks. If you miss your stamina break, or if your stamina break is blocked, you will have a way slow recovery. This is so you can't just spam really good things in the game, you actually have to use your brain when using certain things. Especially moves that let you immediately combo after or dash out of. And surprisingly, they actually took this design philosophy with Dodon Ray. With Dodon Ray, if the attack is blocked or missed, you cannot recover as fast as you normally would if you actually landed the move. But they forgot to put that balancing with Handy Cannon. With Handy Cannon, whether it's blocked or missed or anything, you can just immediately dash afterwards. And Handy Cannon is not a weak move. You can easily rack up tons of damage with this thing really fast. So a very easy way to balance Handy Cannon while still keeping the move really good is to just make it to where if your opponent blocks or you miss your attack, you have recovery frames and you can't just cancel immediately. This way of coding moves is very basic game balancing for fighting games. Maybe Xenoverse forgot or just chose not to do this with Handy Cannon to actually put in the balancing mechanic of the recovery whenever you miss or the attack is blocked. But in my opinion, they need to do that. Handy Cannon and Dodon Ray are both meant to be moves that you use and then sidestep or dash cancel out of. But with Dodon Ray, again, they remembered to put in the balance of it. With Handy Cannon, they didn't. Now, personally, I kind of wish that the recovery on Dodon Ray was like 3 to 5 frames slower, not too much slower, but like a little bit slower. But if they never changed the move and just kept it how it was now, I'd be fine with that. But no, Handy Cannon, no, bro. Put in the recovery thing to where if you miss it or if it's blocked, you do not recover as fast. Also, it's very surprising and kind of funny that Dodon Ray is pretty much just like an advanced super attack version of Ki Blast canceling, but it's worse because again, if you miss or if it's blocked, you can't recover as fast. So you can actually punish your opponent if they're just spamming it and being brain dead with it. If they just did what they did with Dodon Ray to Handy Cannon and Ki Blast canceling, those things would be so different and so much more balanced. But on to the next super attack that I think needs to be balanced, and that is Super God Shock Flash, bro. This move is incredible. You can't evade it out of it, it does nice damage, and you can start a combo after it. But that's okay. The real problem with this move is that unlike other counters, the punish window for this move is way too short, dude. Functionally, this move is pretty much identical to UI Sign Goku's counter. can't use your evasive, they do great damage, and they're both combo starters. But with the UI Goku counter, the active frame of the counter goes away much faster, which is good, so you can actually punish it effectively. But the same cannot be said about Super God Shock Flash, bro. It is like you're threading a needle trying to actually hit this guy when they're vulnerable, especially on Xenoverse, because you know how laggy this game can get. For a move that you cannot evasive out of, does great damage, and is a combo starter, the punish window for it is way too short. Just make the punish window more like the UI Goku counter, so this thing will not be as really cheesy and annoying as it is right now. Next move on the list, and I really do care about this, I-Beam. Why does it have iframes? What is wrong with the Xenoverse developers, bro? They literally just slap iframes onto random moves for no reason. Nothing about this is like, oh yeah, this thing needs, bro, take those off, bro. This does not need iframes. Overslide, this move, backflip. Every time they just slap on iframes to a move, it just makes your average Xenoverse 2 cheeser go, oh my god, I can't wait to abuse this and just spam this, I'm gonna be invincible. Stop doing that. I don't understand what's up with these developers, bro. Like, sometimes they make really good decisions with game balancing, and sometimes they just drop the ball completely, bro. They were smart enough to take away the iframes on Overslide, but for some reason, backflip and I-Beam still have them. With I-Beam, the way to balance this move is just easily take away the iframes, boom. That's the move now. With backflip, this thing needs like an entire rework. I have no idea why the Xenoverse 2 developers made a move that was about backflipping and were like, yes, this move will just be a glorified iframe button. This move will just be a bunch of iframes. Instead of backflip being this short range iframe button, make it how it's used in the actual show. A fast movement option you can use to get away from your opponent really fast. Kind of like what Jumping Energy Wave should be. Also, I know this is about nerfing, but you need to buff Jumping Energy Wave, bro. Make it how it was used in the actual show. Not only should you be able to kind of angle it to choose if you want to go to the left or the right, but you should be able to go way further, way faster. Backflip and Jumping Energy Wave should be two really great movement options to try to get away from your opponent without just slapping iframes on there, dude. And you will actually have to use your brain with these moves. You can't just throw them out regularly, because if you spam them, your opponent's gonna go, oh, he's probably gonna just try to get away from me. I'll just do a burst dash so I can immediately catch up to him and punch him in the schnoz. They should be great movement options, but if you're just throwing them out like a brain dead idiot, you should get punished for them. Now, the last move we will be talking about today is the lovely Cyclone. For those of you who don't know, when you use this move, it resets the cooldown of any buff you use. Now, what do you think the Xenoverse cheesers are gonna do when they get a hold of this move? They pretty much just run it so they can have an infinite fighting pose K and H, aka infinite super armor throughout the entire match, bro. And this is just some of like the most annoying stuff ever. They just spam this move, twirl around with this dumb hitbox, and reset their cooldown whenever they want to. And I could be wrong, but this function of resetting cooldowns of other poses and other power-ups isn't even in the description of the game. In my opinion, the easiest way to balance this is to just make it to where it doesn't reset the cooldowns of other poses. The skill already gives you its own unique pose buff whenever you do it. It's only when you have another pose already activated that it resets the other pose. So if you stop it from resetting the cooldown of other poses, it is fixed, it is fine, the cheese is gone. And that is pretty much the end of this video. I do want to make more videos on moves I think they should buff, and let me know what other moves you think they should nerf / balance for Xenoverse 3. I do want to say I'm really sorry I have not been uploading that much in like the past like 2 weeks pretty much at all. That's just because there really hasn't been that many ideas. Now I have made up some ideas of videos I want to make for Xenoverse 3 content, you know, like I usually do. So I definitely do have more Xenoverse 3 ideas and videos to make, but I really just do not want to fall into like the same weird spot that I'm seeing like a lot of other YouTubers being with Xenoverse 3. They keep making like these weird news updates or like speculation videos, and they're saying the exact same thing in every single video. They're not bringing like any new ideas. They're like yapping, like they're not really saying anything. And I really like trying to have actual, you know, new ideas or conversations with you guys so we can like talk in the comments and like share ideas and all that stuff. I don't want to just sit here and say, yes, the exact same thing I said 2 days ago, but like with a different title, and I'm gonna just clickbait you. Like, I'm not trying to do y'all like that. And I also have some other non-Xenoverse and non-Dragon Ball ideas for like videos I'm gonna start trying to make too. I'm gonna just try to upload, you know, just more stuff to the channel. But I'm really trying to like upload a lot more stuff, you know, more Xenoverse 3, more regular Dragon Ball content, like, you know, me giving my opinions on other stuff with like Dragon Ball in general, and other stuff I just have in my head. I'm really gonna try to get all these ideas out as soon as possible. Just try to make some really cool, fun content for people to watch. But that is pretty much the end of this video. I will catch you guys later. God bless, people.